All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. They'll throw on first down with Taylor. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Morgan Burnett, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, partner, that was not a good omen right there. The very first play from scrimmage, and you just want to give yourself a nice, simple throw and hopefully get yourself into a rhythm. That is the last thing you're expecting. And now you put your defense in a tough spot right from the word go.
Let's go. What's up? 59, what's up? 59, what's up? Shit. Focus.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. And a look at Bell, who remains down after that play. Appears to have gotten shaken up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Keeps himself upright. And, boy, that one drops incomplete. But if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find his man on the comeback route. Complete. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On second down, Roethlisberger. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Vance McDonald, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Boswell on now to kick this one away. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Double. Hey, 4 down. 8.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And it'll bring up third down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got one touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Andrew Billings in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. And Boswell's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On second down, Taylor. Incomplete. The veteran Morgan Burnett there on the coverage.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. That's complete to John Ross. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. And there to get him down defensively, Brian Allen.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later. And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package.
Yeah.
6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. From the gun, it's Taylor. And Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Let's go. Focus. 8. Ready? Block 80. You good from across? Big.
Now Roethlisberger. This one complete, right side to McDonald. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
good. He come across. King. Black, what's that?
On third down, Roethlisberger. He's got him in, complete. Give him 35 yards there on the third down conversion.
That has to be frustrating for defenders. Third down, they take a shot way downfield. There is good coverage, yet they still come down with the football and pick up a big gain.
Let's go. Big.
Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Set. 180. Monday. AB.
Here's Roethlisberger. Trying to lay one up deep. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
The Steelers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Steelers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Roethlisberger, he couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again is Roethlisberger. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. And connection number 1 there on the game, Roethlisberger to Boney Tony. Antonio Brown, that's what his high school teammates used to call him.
I wonder what they would call him now.
More muscular, more successful Boney Tony Brown, right?
I'd say you're probably right. It may be all of that. They'll still call him Boney Tony, but Ben Roethlisberger calls him my number 1 target.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Ben to throw again. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Joshua Dobbs, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And maybe that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
Running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he slides to avoid the hit. Taylor able to use those legs of his to pick up a 1st.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Now they'll throw with Taylor. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Slow. Ready. 319.
Now a first carry from Giovanni Bernard. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They run it with Carson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. They'll step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And an alley to run. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner, was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Taylor operating from the gun. Flush to his right. To the right side to Eric Ebron. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. He was out there waving his arms. When you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And the Steelers signal for another timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. And Bullock will put this one through, and they'll at least get on the board here, still trailing, but 16-3 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Hurry up, let's go!
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. This one taken from the 7. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. It's the Bills with an early lead over the Jets. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. The second half starts with a carry by Bell. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eli Harold. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Slow.
After the interception, here's Taylor. Steps away to his left. Room here to run. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
1st and 10. It's Taylor. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Second and 10, it's Taylor again. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
319. Slow.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Bullock good on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And this will be caught by Brown. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Jack 16.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 35-yard line. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now it's Roethlisberger. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bell. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And now Big Ben will lead the Steelers up to go for 2. Again, it's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals getting set to go. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. To throw is Taylor. From the gun, he'll throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Throw.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now, the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Taylor. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
On 1st down, it's Taylor. Buying time to his left. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Hey! Buzz! Be ready! Hey! Snickers, you gotta spin.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting them in jeopardy right now.
Slow. Two jet.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. T.J. Watt in on the tackle. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because...
And now look at him go. The 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Bengals have got it back to a one-score game. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. On 2nd down, it's Bell. Bell first, and I think the ball's out, and the Bengals grab it.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense, and that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go! Brad 38! Brad 38!
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Slow. Slow. Under.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Taylor. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. Taylor now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Slow. Ready. 319. Under.
Here's Taylor. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A.J. Green, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And now a critical extra point attempt here. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
No, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Sanders has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That goes for a gain of 31. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Bell. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
Slow. Under.
They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Slow. Under.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Now, Bengals on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Under.
Here's Taylor. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rounding, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Throwing now is Taylor. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Taylor to throw. And he spins free. And he's got some space here. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Slow. Two jet.
Again, it's Mixon, able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a good gain of 11, sets them up 1st and goal. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. So it all comes down here to the right foot of Randy Bullock. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So it all comes down here to the right foot of Randy Bullock. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And his kick is good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Bengals, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks. So for our entire crew,